Imagine waking up tomorrow with a mind that feels clear-driven and laser-focused, as if someone turned up the intensity of your motivation from inside your brain. That's not a fantasy, it's what happens. When you strategically boost your baseline dopamine, the chemical that fuels desire, ambition, and the energy to follow through. Most people think dopamine is about pleasure, but it's not, it's about pursuit. It's what pushes you out of bed, keeps you locked into goals, and gives you the internal spark to move forward even when life feels heavy. Today, we're diving into the neuroscience-backed method to naturally raise that baseline safely, sustainably, and effectively. No hacks, no shortcuts, just powerful tools supported by current research. And it starts with understanding how your lifestyle, your nutrition, and even your daily habits either build or destroy your dopamine foundation. Your brain isn't fixed, it responds to what you do every single day. UV light hitting your eyes in the morning, nutrients you consume, the challenges you take on, the way you rest, all of these shape dopamine levels that determine how motivated you feel. And when you master these levers, your life can shift from I should to I must, from hesitation to unstoppable movement. At the core of boosting baseline dopamine is one simple but powerful principle: stability beats spikes. Quick dopamine hits, junk food, endless scrolling, constant novelty flood the brain, but then push your baseline lower, leaving you feeling dull, unmotivated, and unfocused. The goal is not to chase dopamine peaks, but to build a consistent elevated baseline that supports long-term drive. One of the strongest tools is nutritional dopamine support. Research highlights the importance of tyrosine, an amino acid found in eggs, fish, nuts, seeds, and legumes. Tyrosine is the raw material your neurons use to build dopamine. When paired with foods rich in vitamins B6, B12, folate, omega-3s, and magnesium, your dopamine system becomes more resilient, more responsive, and more capable of sustaining attention and effort. But dopamine isn't only about food, it's about challenge. When you intentionally engage in mildly difficult tasks, your brain releases dopamine in anticipation of progress. This strengthens your neural circuits for motivation. Cold exposure, controlled breathwork, fasted walks, and structured exercise all activate these pathways, signaling your brain to elevate baseline dopamine. Naturally, these aren't trends, they're physiological levers wired into human biology to maintain elevated dopamine in a healthy, productive way. You must create daily rhythms that support the brain's reward and motivation systems. Morning sunlight for just 5 to 10 minutes triggers dopamine release in neural circuits tied to alertness and mood. Consistent sleep stabilizes the receptors that dopamine binds to, and reducing overstimulation like limiting late night screens protects your brain from dopamine depletion. Your environment shapes your chemistry, your habits shape your identity. When you build routines that align with dopamine's natural cycles, motivation becomes less of a struggle and more of your default state. A powerful technique supported by recent research is combining deep work blocks with intentional timed breaks. Working intensely for 60 to 90 minutes, then pausing keeps dopamine flowing rather than crashing. Pair this with hydration, mineral-rich foods, and daily physical movement, and you create a neurochemical foundation that supports consistent drive. And here's the most important part: dopamine grows when you attach meaning to effort. Every time you take a step toward a goal, your brain releases small, steady dopamine pulses that reinforce determination. This is how you build a life fueled not by external rewards, but by inner momentum, strong, stable, and self-generated.